We will chill all the guns of the force. Get ready. Airborne from skies of blue. Get in the door. We're coming. Make the jump and take your boats today. Let's go put on your boots. Your jumping boots, your parachute. Your parachute, get all those gliders ready to attack today. Hook up for.
And today on Have a Knife Day, we're going to be talking about what the buck is on the table. That's right. So far, we have two Buck 119s on the table. Over here, we have the 75th anniversary 119 special. Take a look at its classic black leather sheath. Pop that puppy open, and you can see the classic aluminum black phenolic. You'll see the badge, 75 years, 1942 to 2017. And I'm no linguist, at least when it comes to Latin. Libertas non est libera. Freedom isn't free. And I love this thing. I've owned this at least since 2017. And it has been on my hip quite a bit. And we'll look inside of here and you'll see that there is a plastic liner in this sheath. There we go. Put that up here. Over here we have an aftermarket sheath made by my good friend and fellow Army veteran, Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex. And look at this gorgeous thing. The brass, the phenolic, and that black cerakoted blade is something that really just drew my attention. Custom knife shop, Boss. The steel on this is S30V. There you go. So we have two Buck 119s. We'll put you over here, my good friend. There you go. So we have another 119. And it is this one here. Now I got this from Unlimited Bladeworkz, and he is a fellow veteran, if I am not mistaken. He has a new location. I will put all the links in the descriptions. So one Saturday, after a really rough morning, I ended up over at his shop. And you know what? Nothing makes you happier than seeing knives. And I saw this particular knife in the display. And I was like, holy smoke, look at this thing. And we have the 119 sheath. You can tell that it's a little bit different. So let's pop this open. Put the blade here for a second. And you'll see the sheath. And you'll notice no plastic liner. And putting a plastic liner in this was a great idea because every time I put it into the sheath, well, gee whiz, the edge will cut into the leather. So let's take a look at this. All right, let me see if I can do you justice. Now you're going to see the 119 with a greater than symbol right there. Now let's take a look at the 75th anniversary here real quick. And you're going to see some things about this knife. The fullers, or the blood groove, who are, depending on who you're talking to, on the newer blade, a lot more defined, a lot deeper than the one that is on the knife. And there's a reason for this, and we're going to get into that. Take a look at it real quick. Stack handle is amazing. Got a little leather on it. So we'll put this here, rearrange everything for some beautiful blade footage. So the greater than symbol, and I'm going to put a picture up for you to see this, and just in case, my whole intent and purpose is to share this knowledge with you in case you are looking to find the age of a particular buck knife. So you will see the greater than symbol makes this a date of 1987. So pretty freaking cool. And then from there, we're going to look at two more pictures. Now these come from the catalog. So number one, Stack Special Model 119 ST catalog, number 257. And then we'll see the one in color. And you'll see Buckhorn Special Model 119 ST cat number 579. And this is a cat number 579. Now we're going to go over, and doing the research on this was pretty freaking cool because I reached out to Tony Wagner from Buck Knives, and this is what he sent to us. This one was a fun one to research. You are correct that the blade stamp indicates that the knife blade was indeed made in 1987, but the catalog number on the box was from 1988, which is an interesting thing because I went into the Army in 1988. The catalog number for the sandbar stag handle 119 special changed from number 257 in 1987 to 579 in 1988. My best guess is that this was made in the end of year transitional period in 1987 for the 1988 dealer orders, or the blade was left over from the year prior and built out in 1988. Oh, and the steel is 425M. So, this blade has some real significance for me, especially, with the year that I went in the military and what have you. The fact that this is a sandbar stag handle. I have been wearing this one a lot. I have knives in rotations. I have this one, and I'm looking at two other knives outside of view that have been riding my hip on a regular, and I really, really enjoy that. So when it comes to aftermarket blades, I utilize this quite a bit from Mr. Black Bear Custom Kydex himself. I wanted to get away from this and also this. So the factory provided leather sheaths are not something that I usually will use. Now I have this one, and this was also made by Micah. The two-tone, the Odi green, the, what are you going to call that? Khaki or maybe dark earth with a thatch pattern on the Kydex, the mounting plate. And that goes in there very, very easily. And so does this. No rattle. But lately I have been wearing Western attire and a couple of cowboy hats. And the stag handles really go into the aesthetic. So I went over to eBay and I found this company, ALS Crafts. And they made this. The thing about sheaths is hopefully the people who make sheaths have your knife. If not, you're going to have to send your knives in. That's what I had to do for these. And so I picked this out because it looks really nice. It's very great. It's great quality. I've made some sheaths in my day, and I tell you what, they're higher up in quality than I am. So, and I was wearing this today, actually. Put this in here. And give it a snap. And there you go. On my hip for when I was out and about town, go to the grocery store and everything like that, carrying this beautiful little bit of history. And the further interesting thing about this is this was made in California when they were in like San Diego County or whatever it is, south of me. And California, gee whiz, you lost another heritage knife making company. There are a couple. And a couple years ago, I went over to their Idaho factory, did a factory tour, looked at their museum, and really enjoyed meeting Tony and getting to know the people at the facility. I just joined the Buck Owners Club, if I am not mistaken. Let me take a look here really quickly. Yeah, the Buck Collectors Club paid the $20 for an annual. They're going to have a room separate over at Blade Show Atlanta. I will put the links in there for that, and they're going to have tables with buck knives. And I'm really excited to see that. Now, here's my plea, Tony. I would love to have a 120 General done up like this. The brass, the phenolic, and the black blade. I would buy one because I also love the 120 General and the Frontiersman, the 124. There you go. Now I am the proud owner of a trifecta of Buck 119s. A fantastic history on the hip, a great conversation piece, very practical, and still relevant to this day. Now let me ask you this. how many buck knives. Not this doesn't even touch upon the fact that I have the folding knives too. The classic ones and their more modern offerings too. Okay, so how many buck knives do you own? Which one are you looking at? Are you a member of any of the clubs? Have you seen any of the Buck of the Months that they have out there? I know I have my eye on, which is, of course, a black shark-coated blade, 120. Just saying, just putting that out into the universe one more time. But my Buck 119s are so classy. They fit the aesthetic very well that I'm going for. And it's wonderful to own this bit of history. So with that in mind, thank you so much for spending time here with me today to share this exciting new addition to the Have a Knife Day collection. Hope you're doing well. Please remember to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, you know, sometimes you just got to say, what the buck, and have a nice day.
We will, and perish all the guns of the